Hey, what's up, folks? It's me, Sonny T, back at you with another Podcast for Marketers exclusive. Make sure you go to podcastformarketers.com, grab my free MP3 player to start your own SMMA with the Tai Lopez notes. Yeah, this course sucks, but I made it better. And you have to pay for your fucking shipping, okay? So now go to funnelhackerpro.com. That is my family, man. That's my squad. That's my peeps over there, man. Go to funnelhackerpro.com. It's an awesome group, and it's not like every other group you've ever seen. We've got a lot of smart people, and it's really a fucking community, okay? Now, catch me on SoundCloud, Sonny T-1, okay? Stealthy Millionaire on Instagram, Podcast for Marketers here on YouTube, just in case it's embedded somewhere. Billionaire Vids with an S on Snapchat, Billionaire Vid on Twitter. Smash that thumbs up, man. Break your fucking mouse. All right. If you like this video, and fucking subscribe to my channel if you like the content. Boom. Today, man, we're going to talk about just success. A lot of people have a lot of views on what they think success is or what it looks like. And what I want you to do, and I've said this before, is not look so far ahead. And we're just going to talk about today, right? And there's a lot of noise out there, man, in what we do. So let's just give you an example of thinking too much. All right, I do this a lot. And John, my right-hand man, he does this a lot, okay? This is home. This is, like, let's say, the corner store. And I need to go to the store and grab some groceries, right? And all we need to do is just go from point A to point, let's just make this a B, to point B. And there's like, is the store open? Okay. Do they have what I want? All right. Is there traffic? Right. And all of these things start to convolute, just get into your head. They start to just kind of fuck shit up, man. And it stops your journey, right? You want to move forward. And if you have dreams, and if you have aspirations, and if you have goals, those goals, dreams, and aspirations, man, are absolutely nothing without action. And if you don't take action, you're just going to disappoint yourself every time. And there's a point in your life, man, that you get real clear about what's going on in your life. And I don't know when that will be for you. A lot of you people are young people that listen to me, and I'm hoping that some of the type of things that I'm telling you today will resonate with you. You're young and you may not know what you want to do. But the first thing I'll tell you is that everybody around you and everybody that you deal with absolutely do not have your best interest at heart. They do not care about you, and you need to realize that. The faster that you realize that, and the faster that you realize that you need to move forward and stop moving sideways and stop doing what everybody else wants you to do and start really moving toward business. There's going to be a point in your life that you really say that I really want something. And right now you may not know it. This is a problem that I have with Gary Vee and Cry Lopez preaching to people that are 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, and you don't even know what you want yet, right? But if you feel it in your gut and you just know that you're destined for something different and you just want to make a change and a difference in your life, stop thinking so much. Take that first step and leap. And it's what, Steve Harvey talks about, man. You got to jump. No fucking parachute, not knowing where it's going to go. Just fucking jump. Can I tell you a story, man? Let me tell you guys a story really quickly. I've never planned anything. Okay. When I left the country, I didn't plan it. I just fucking left, man. I tell you, one day I was just driving. I bullshit you not. I was driving in San Diego. And I've always been kind of like a transient guy anyways, right? But I didn't have any idea what I was doing, man. And I had always had plans. And I did this twice, right? Once I was in Texas, all right? And then once I was in San Diego. And both of those places are border towns, okay? And I looked at the border. I was driving right there at it, right? And I looked at it. In Texas, I just looked and I kept driving, okay? And I didn't go. And this was like maybe this is like in 2000 or something like that. And this was like in 2002. So there was a 2-year difference here, okay? And the first time that I looked at the border here, right? The very first time that I looked at the border and I passed it by, this 2-year period was absolutely fucking horrible for me, man. Horrible. Okay? It was a fucking country song. I lost my dog. My wife left me. You know, I got sick. I had fucking, I don't know, brain cancer or whatever. Whatever you can think is the worst thing for you absolutely happened to me right after I looked at that border and did not go. And I physically said out of my mouth, I need to get on that border and I need to leave the country. I physically said it. I was like, man, I've been wanting to leave the country. What's holding you back? And you know what held me back? I'm not going to bullshit. I'll tell you the honest to God truth. I had a 9mm handgun in my trunk. And I knew I should have just said, fuck it, just went and sold the gun or did whatever. It's a legal gun. But you can't take guns into Mexico. And that's what held me up from going. And what I should have done, I was like, well, I got this gun with me. I'll just wait till next time. And what I should have done, and this is what I do now, and I'll give you another example here shortly, just hang in there with me, is I should have just fucking threw that gun away. I shouldn't have worried about the $500 or whatever it was worth. I should have just fucking threw that gun and just fucking went. Because, and I'm telling you, these 2 years were absolutely horrible. These 2 years right here were probably the worst 2 years in my fucking life that I would gladly have traded for anything fucking else, man. Absolutely fucking horrible, right? So now, jump over to 2002. I was driving in San Diego, and I was passing by the border, and I was like, you know what, man? I'm going to jump. I had exactly $600 in my pocket, and I just left. And I've never been back since then, and I've traveled around the world 3 times. Around the globe, without a job, without speaking a foreign language, without doing anything. Right? I just said, let me go. And you know what I had? I had $600. I had my TV, okay? And I had an old computer with a 17-inch monitor, the old box computer, right? And that's what I hustled from right there. And you guys heard the story about when I got to the beach and I met a guy and got a job the first day. This is the fucking time I'm talking about right here. All right? Here's a time where I hesitated and didn't jump and then ran into the absolute worst time of my life. Here's a time where I jumped and didn't think about it, and everything didn't have to be perfect. I only had $600 on me. I didn't speak the language. Everything told me not to go, but I did, and I'm fucking living the happiest I've ever been in my life right now. And it all started with this first jump, this first leap. It all started right there. I had absolutely no idea what was going to happen, man. But the one thing that I can tell you is that when you jump, right, let's say, for instance, you go, like people always ask me, well, man, I want to fly to France, but I'm thinking about blah, blah, blah. I said, listen, man, the planes fly both ways, homie. The planes go both ways. They fucking go, man. If you come over here or if you go anywhere, right, you absolutely can go the fuck back home. Listen, as long as I've been alive, the United States of America has been there, and it ain't gone yet. And I'm pretty sure it ain't going nowhere tomorrow. The other day, my wife and I were talking about going fishing. I'm like, man, I just want to lay in and watch TV and don't do anything. She says, listen, man, I don't think the Mediterranean is going to dry up tomorrow. So, yeah, go fishing again tomorrow. Some other time, I mean. It was awesome, right? And so this is the most important lesson that I can tell you is stop thinking so much, man. Start doing, stop thinking, just jump. Which brings me to my second lesson, right? Right now, I know that this was an interesting story right here because, to be honest with you, this is the first time that I ever looked at it actually written out like this. And I'm almost crying about this 2 years. It was absolutely fucking horrible, man. It was the most terrible time that I've ever had in my life, man. And I could have totally missed that fucking bullshit if I just would have jumped, right? And then when I did finally go, I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. My quality of life is fucking awesome. I get to do whatever I want, when I want to, on my own terms, and I don't owe anybody shit, right? Which is my form of happiness. I don't know what that is for you. But for me, my dad died when I was like fucking 3 years old. But one thing I do remember him saying to me, really young, and he was trying to teach me something. I guess he knew he was going to pass away or whatever. And this is my real father. And he was like, man, real men, and I remember this because he was getting up out of the bed and he was going to shave. And he was like, real men, when they wake up in the morning, they put their, they get out of the bed and they put their feet on the floor and they might put on a pair of slippers. And when they get up and they walk out, they're doing exactly what they want to do. I never forget that, man. That was a real fucking eye-opener for me, man. So with women, it would be the same thing, right? It doesn't matter. My point is that what is that for you, right? The next thing I'm going to tell you, which is number 2, is nothing is perfect. Now, this isn't directly with a social media marketing agency, right? But it is kind of connected, right? Nothing is perfect, right? And so this is another problem, and I see a lot of gurus have been talking about this, a few. When you get started with doing something, the most important thing that I can tell you is that it's not going to be perfect and just to do it, right? So let's just say, for instance, you want to start your social media marketing agency, right? But everybody has a list in their head. Women were really fucking bad with this in the 1980s about getting married. They had a list, and they actually had a fucking list about a man they wanted to marry. He had to have a job, and let's just say just in IT, right? He had to be, worth, $1 million. Okay? He had to be a Christian and go to church. Let's just say go to church. You see what I'm saying here? They had a whole list. And what they were doing is they were effectively fucking themselves right in the old keister out of guys that were fucking. And they were actually articles, man. Go back in the 80s. Just go Google it, man. Articles on how garbage men were men too. And, not all professionals. You could fall in love with a garbage man. Really, they had to tell women this shit. The same thing goes for entrepreneurs, right? You have a list. Okay, I need to get an LLC. I need to get a website. I see people doing it every day, man. I have to have an LLC. Should I get an LLC? Do I have to have a website? Man, just get started. Get started. All this shit will come. And one guy asked me, he was like, do you have an LLC, Sonny? It was either an LLC or it was something about like an accountant or whatever the fuck it was. I can't remember what it was. And my answer was to him is like, when I started, I didn't have any of this shit. But when I started making a lot of money and having an LLC and an accountant made sense, I went and got one. Right? Because I knew that nothing starts perfect, okay? The other day, not the other day, a few months ago, I can't remember what course it was. It might have been the chatbot course. But I started a chatbot marketing course. And it wasn't quite done. And I just added on to it. I'll give you an example, the Living La Vida Loca course. When I just started that the other day, I didn't have all of the icons and the actual ad creatives, not the, all of that stuff done, the actual like poster for Living La Vida Loca on the course. It was the old cheeseburger stuff from the 80/80 course that I had up, right? But I changed it and I updated all of the documents. The most important thing was is that I got started. I actually updated the course. I actually put out the sales page and I did all of that stuff. And then I started realizing, oh shit, I forgot to upload the docs, the free emails. Oh shit, I forgot to upload the subject lines. Let me upload that now. Let me put up those photos of the creatives that my wife made. Let me start doing all these things. I start checking off boxes, right? And even now I still need to I had to update the chatbot course because I actually built a bot and started clicking buttons, showing people how to click buttons. So I updated that. And then, I just started doing things. But what happened was that momentum got me to finishing everything else. And then it'll end up being perfect later. It's the same thing goes with your social media marketing agency. You're getting tripped up on the wrong shit. Get started, man. Let me tell you something else. Inside of my course, you'll even hear me talking about the Ecom Matrix or Ecom University. I started off doing something totally different, right? I started off as an ecom guy, okay? But I didn't quite like the way that was going. And then, because I've always been a Facebook ads Yoda, okay? Nobody knows that about me, but I'm fucking, because I'm just so deadly with data and being granular with my data and understanding how that helps me, that I really understood Facebook. I really dug in there and I fucking read every piece of documentation, and I'm a Facebook ads Yoda, okay? So, but then I noticed that everybody was doing that. Everybody wanted to talk about Facebook ads. As a matter of fact, if I had a choice between a social media marketing, I would even choose that. I would be a Facebook ads agency. Because a lot of people don't want to, do you guys see this? Do you see this? What the fuck is that, Sonny? Jesus Christ, man. Really, Sonny? Really? Jesus Christ, man. Wow, Sonny. I would be a Facebook ads agency. Wow. Did you guys see that? All right, so now listen, I would be a Facebook ads agency. Because that's, I don't know, just more acceptable as social media. And everybody's getting social media marketing and management mixed up. There's a difference between social media management. Like I have a guy, Richard, that does my Instagram management. He actually takes the content that I want to put on there and puts it up there and posts for me, right? There's a difference. He's not marketing for me. He's managing that for me. It's a big difference, right? So, but I would do a Facebook ads agency because I'm a Facebook ads Yoda, right? But that didn't even happen. Then I started saying, you know what? My thing is marketing and sales and traffic, right? Right, which all adds up to a funnel. That's what this is. That's what that is. And I'm like a funnel engineer. That's what I like doing. That's my thing. Another thing I'm good at is I'm a funnel Yoda, right? That's my thing right there. So I kind of moved into this, right? But the key word there was move. I started doing things. I started uploading videos. I started, talking to people. I opened my group. I changed the name to my group 4 fucking times. 4 times. I've changed my logo for Funnel Hacker Pro. Sometimes you guys see a skull and a pirate that somebody told me that maybe women wouldn't like that. So I changed that and I had to tweak some things. Nothing is perfect, guys. If there's another thing that I can tell you about becoming successful, it's that. Okay? So, pretty much, man, I've got probably 10 or 15 of these tips, but what I want to do is I just want to break these things down and kind of do a series of some successful things every once in a while to give you guys an idea of what it is that you can start doing to start taking steps, man. Don't be like me, man, and when you look at the border and decide not to go for some simple ass reasons. Oh, I was going to tell you guys a story that I opened that loop and I didn't close it for you guys. That would be rude. Right? So let me go ahead on and tell you the story that I'm about to tell you that was recently about me making a move. Now, you guys know I made a move down to the south of France, okay? And my wife and I have been talking about this move for the last 3 years, but we always find a reason not to make the move. I'm serious. Every year, my wife and I found a reason to say no. Because our home is so comfortable. It is so hard to leave that place, what was, right? So this year, I had packages, right? I have some books that I ordered. I had a package from China coming. You guys already know I'm in the survival niche. I had some survival stuff, some samples of a new funnel that I'm running. That Jesse sent me. I don't know if you guys know about Jesse. I need to start posting up his videos in the group. That's my business partner, right? And so he posted up some stuff, and I'm about to do a Amazon. I'm gonna give you guys this shit for free. I can't believe people are fucking Amazon FBA course. Man, come on, man. So I have the stuff that I ordered in this package. Is all about the Amazon FBA course. I'm gonna give you guys that shit. Why the fuck would somebody want to sell that? It's so ridiculous. All right, so. Comment below if you guys are interested in that, by the way. Or go to the group and let me know. If you're interested in learning how to do Amazon FBA, I'm totally going to do a series on it. If you just let me know, that comment below. And if you're interested in a free, you guys know how I do it, a free Amazon FBA course, I'll give it away right here on fucking YouTube. You know I will, so. Why the fuck people are charging for that is ridiculous to me. Because it's fucking Amazon FBA. It's like, how hard is it to figure that out? Seriously. Anyways, so my point is that I had all of these things kind of going on, right? Even Russell Brunson's new book, which he's taken forever to even send. I'm glad I didn't wait for that because it still hasn't left Amazon. I had just purchased Russell Brunson's new book, right? I left. Because I'm scarred because of what happened before those 2 horrible years. I was like, you know what, man? I'm leaving. And man, in the middle of the move, and I'm telling you right now, guys, if you had to look at it, right? This is what happened to me in the middle of my move to the south of France. First of all, we didn't even want to go. And I'm like, you know what? Let's go. So here's my house right here. Okay. Here's the south of France right here. Right fucking here. My car died. All right. So I had a choice. I stayed in a hotel overnight. And I'm sitting right here in the middle. I could either go home, right? Say fuck it and go back home, or I can keep going to the south of France. I had a choice to make, right? I just fucking kept going though. I kept going. Nothing's perfect. Let me keep moving. And I absolutely hated it here. But now today, 2 weeks later or whatever it is, man, I am fucking happy. The happiest I've ever been, even living in France. The weather is beautiful every day. It's warm. Oh my God, we took a drive in the countryside the other day. It was absolutely lovely. Right? And I'm so happy that I'm here. But right here was fucking horrible. My car died, man. I fucking killed my car. I like that Mercedes truck. I hadn't put any oil in the car. I don't know whether I did it or whether it was just needed a new motor or whatever. Who knows? But the fucking car died. Totally sad, right? Rest in peace. I could get the car fixed, but once a car breaks on me, I'm fucked off. I'm done. I'm just gonna buy a new one, right? So I went and bought a new car. But the point is that this was absolutely horrible. Right in this move of something that was supposed to be great. I wanted to go home back to my comfort zone. Right? I wanted to run back home. Let me go back home. This is bullshit. Some people would have said this is a sign that I shouldn't be going anywhere. I said it was a sign that bad shit will happen just before something good, right? That's how I looked at it. Like, this is something that's trying to get me not to do something that's good for me. This is a sign that somebody's trying to send me, or some force, not somebody, but a force. This is what normally happens when you're trying to make a change. And change is always uncomfortable, and most of the time it's forced. What you want to do is make a change before you're forced to make a change. Okay. It's just I've always known this my whole life, right? And I used to smoke cigarettes. And I told myself, either the doctor can tell you, and they say this, if the doctor tells you to stop smoking cigarettes, it's too late. So either the doctor can tell me to stop smoking cigarettes, or I can fucking do it right now. So I stopped, right? Even right now, either the doctor can tell me to start working out, or either I can do it myself. It's either one. It's a change that you need to make. Change is always forced and uncomfortable, especially when you have to do it. So if you do it on your own and don't force change and do all of these things to get out of your comfort zone and make these moves and don't wait for it to be perfect and stop thinking so much and just fucking jump, you're going to start seeing changes in your life that are going to be unbelievable, right? So this is just one part of a series of some other steps that I have more steps that I'm going to give you about some success. And one of them was a post that I posted up in the group, in the squad. And I wanted to kind of bring some of that to YouTube to let you know that maybe some of this will resonate with some people, right? For me, it's Saturday, and it's just a laid back day. Coffee break.